Question: the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer: yes. Question: the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer: yes.
I'd bet my 5 cents to say Amber Heard never truly won the UK trial in the first place. Yeah, you're hearing it right. You'd be baffled to know that the judge's son was affiliated with The Sun. Hold on tight while we unveil the loopholes in the verdict of the UK trial. Here, take a look at this image. This is completely nuts, and I get it. Who would have imagined Judge's son affiliated with The Sun and Judge being employed by Doherty Sr. that is founded by Jeffrey R., who co-wrote a book with the judge? If you think this is the worst, then you're definitely in for a ride. In the picture, as you can see, the Sun's lawyer is sponsored by Doherty St. Chambers, who is affiliated with the judge. To make things worse, the accused abuser and liar Amber Heard meets up with people with a close connection to the judge. The version is that they all agreed to side with Amber Heard over, and the trial is a sham run to protect the interests of the parties mentioned above. We should have seen this coming though. For someone like Amber, it wouldn't be a surprise if she didn't go to these lengths. A talk about conflict of interest where we understand it has something to do with Amber Heard. The irony is when Johnny Depp loses the case and Amber goes on a lying spree and continues to capitalize on #MeToo. All this while passively abusing Johnny Depp. The netizens aren't going on this easily either. The fact that Johnny has won the trial in Virginia courts suffices for them. The question that might be itching on you guys is, why did Johnny Depp win his defamation case against Amber Heard in the US, but lose in the UK? First things first, this image gave it all. There seem to be many reasons for the fault judgment in the UK court. In my view, the reasoning files, not only in the face of common sense, but also in these kinds of cases. To put it simply, what people actually say and do at the time is often the best evidence of what is really going on. It's not infallible. It can be wrong or misleading. It must be assessed critically. But there is a huge difference between assessing evidence critically and effectively saying it wasn't made in court under oath, so I don't care. So what went wrong with the judge's verdict? We would not accuse the judge of dishonest reasoning, but there is a possibility that he fell into a logical trap we can all fall into. Specifically, I think he reached his conclusion that he believed Amber Heard based on a very small proportion of evidence rather than taking into account the full totality of the evidence. Having done so, all the other evidence, such as the audio evidence, was interpreted or otherwise explained away so as to fit that already reached conclusion. Most particularly was when I read the judgment, the paragraph that I found the most astonishing was 175, where the judge effectively seemed to say that the audio recordings carried no weight because they were not made in court under oath. Judge Justice Nicol had said on November 2nd, 2020, that the Sun had proved that what was in the article to be substantially true. Speaking of Amber Heard, the judge said, "I accept her evidence of the nature of the assaults he committed against her. They must have been terrifying." Of the 14 alleged assaults heard in court, the judge found 12 domestic violence incidents had occurred. Justice Nicol had said that a recurring theme in Mr. Depp's evidence was that Ms. Heard had constructed a hoax and that she had done this as an insurance policy and that the actress was a gold digger. He anyway at the end said that he did not accept the characterization of Heard. If anything, I think one thing this whole saga clearly demonstrates is the superiority of jury trials. Now, let us discuss that the groundings of her appeal are based on the fact that she won in the UK. I believe Johnny's attorneys succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won in the UK. For those who don't know, let me give you a quick context. Johnny Depp sued British news portal The Sun after their article called the Pirates of the Caribbean star a wife-beater for allegedly assaulting Amber Heard. This is not it. The Aquaman actress testified about instances of abuse from 2013 to 2016. The judge, as I told you prior, had decided that 12 instances of domestic abuse had happened and accepted the evidence against Johnny. Johnny Depp and his lawyers claimed that Amber Heard's testimonies are a hoax and were rejected. Johnny Depp lost the trial in the UK. The end. But little did Amber Heard know to appeal based on this verdict, since by now we have seen many loopholes in it. The evidence was also vague. Nickel, the judge, had been persuaded that 12 out of 14 times the accusations of Johnny beating Amber were true. He explicitly dismissed the idea, which hung over large in the U.S. trial, that Heard's claims were false. He also attached no weight to the idea that Heard was motivated by money and lied to get a divorce payout. He said he found her accounts believable despite a series of claims from Depp's team questioning her credibility. By listening to these, you might have figured out the verdict was biased. It was just less than 2 years ago that Johnny lost this UK libel case against The Sun after Amber Heard gave evidence to back claims in the newspaper that he was a wife beater. At the time, Amber Heard's lawyer in the U.S., Elaine Charleston-Bredehoft, said the ruling was no surprise. Very soon we'll be presenting even more voluminous evidence in the U.S., she said. But look what happened now. The verdict in Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's defamation case came out this week. The Virginia jury ruled in favor of Depp and awarded him $10 million and Heard $2 million in damages. The verdict was contradictory to the one the UK court had given. No bias and no giving into Amber's fake sob story. Heard was found guilty of defaming her ex, Johnny Depp, in an op-ed she published in 2018 after this 6-week trial that we all saw. However, netizens cannot stop but discuss the trial happenings of the UK court where Johnny Depp was found guilty. Heard's team were not mainly trained libel lawyers, and they were outgunned every corner by Johnny Depp's best of the best team. They were up against a very strong team, and in the end lost the case. There were also claims of the use of DARVO tactics. It's where the alleged offender denies the behavior, attacks the accuser, and reverses the roles of victim and offender. Let us see what the U.S. academic who coined the term DARVO has to say. He studied the tactics used by alleged sexual predators, and social media was used to undermine Heard's case and bolster Depp's. Depp's lawyers made claims that Heard had been lying to undermine her testimony, and in turn prove that she was abusive. This is what we can define as a well-known strategy called DARVO: deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. They deny that they did anything. They deny that they're the real perpetrator, and they attack the credibility of the individual calling out the abuse, and then reverse the roles of the victim and the offender. The judge in the UK, Nickel, did not buy into the strategy. Lawyers and judges tend not to fall for it, but it's very, very effective against juries. The UK trial was before a judge, while the US trial was held before a jury. This is the key difference between the two trials. I guess that clears the table of the conflict of interest. He's no more a wife beater in the UK, US, or any part of the world. On TikTok, the hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp received 19 billion views. That's huge, and in times the ones that supported Amber Heard, which was just in millions. If you think jurors were manipulated by public opinion, then you're absolutely wrong. They were instructed not to read about the case online, but they were not sequestered, and they were allowed to keep their phones. So unlike the UK court's verdict, the verdict given by the Virginia court is said to be true and fair, considering all the pieces of evidence and witnesses presented. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribe for more updates.